140,000 people in Britain died from a disease between 1830 and 1861, as the medical establishment was convinced it was caused by stink in the air. But a young medic from North England has a different theory. John Snow spent time in the mines of Killingworth, treating miners who were stricken with cholera. He is in the mines breathing in the same air as them. He concludes that it must not have been the air that's causing them to contract the disease, because he never gets ill. Years later, when he's living in London, another cholera outbreak happens. And what might you suppose is the beverage of choice for many Londoners during this period? It's beer, of course. It's here where John Snow furthers his idea from back in the mines, as he once again notices that not everyone in the same vicinity as the infected are getting cholera. John Snow's radical idea? It's in the water. But the medical establishment dismisses his theory. But Snow is so convinced that cholera is in the water that he decides he needs irrefutable evidence to prove his idea is correct. In 1854, when a deadly outbreak of cholera occurred in Soho, John Snow found his opportunity. As the neighborhood is fleeing, John Snow stays put, risking his own life. He literally goes door to door recording the deaths at each address. He records all the data on a map to look for patterns. And what does he discover? The deaths he recorded show a concentration around a water pump on Broad Street. But just a couple blocks over, there are no deaths. So where was this lucky place? The local brewery. None of the workers in the Broad Street brewery contracted cholera, as they were given a daily allowance of beer, so they did not consume water from the nearby well. During the brewing process, the unfermented beer is boiled in part so that hops can be added. This step killed the cholera bacteria in the water they used to brew with, making it safe to drink. So therefore, the workers escaped the outbreak and avoided death by simply drinking their beverage of choice instead of the contaminated water. John Snow's pattern of the disease was convincing enough to persuade the local council to disable the well pump by removing its handle. This action has been commonly credited as ending the outbreak. Snow later used a dot map to illustrate the cluster of cholera cases around the pump. He showed that homes supplied by the water company, which was taking water from the sewage-polluted section of the Thames, had a cholera rate 14 times that of those supplied by the water company, which obtained their water from upriver, cleaner seething wells. Snow's study was a major event in the history of public health. It is regarded as the founding event of the science of epidemiology. Authorities eventually came around to Snow's radical idea that cleaner water is essential to preventing disease. Or just drink beer all day instead of water. Cook with it, bathe in it, just don't drink contaminated water. Although not John Snow, he ironically was part of the temperance movement and rejected alcohol, and even became a strict vegan at one point, until he developed a kidney disorder and decided it was due to lack of meat, and then went back to eating meat with a small amount of wine, until his untimely death at age 45 of a stroke. So next time you're enjoying a cold glass of water from the tap, or swimming on a hot day in the pool, raise a glass to John Snow for figuring out how dangerous dirty water really is. And to those brewers who drank beer instead of sewage water, we salute you.